The cap and gown felt like a shroud as Vivian stood alone on the stage, her name echoing through the empty applause of strangers. "Why didn't they come?" she whispered to herself, tears blurring the sea of families below, her heart shattering like glass under the weight of their absence. In that moment, the diploma in her hand turned to ash, a symbol of achievement tainted by the family's rejection of who she truly was. A lesbian woman daring to love openly. Vivian Harper clutched the edges of her black gown, the tassel swinging like a pendulum counting down her isolation. The auditorium at Columbia University buzzed with joy. Parents hugging graduates, flashes from cameras lighting up proud faces, but her row of seats remained glaringly empty. No mom with her signature floral dress. No dad with his booming laugh. No siblings to cheer her on. They'd known about her orientation for months, ever since she came out over a tense Thanksgiving dinner in their suburban New Jersey home. "We love you, but we can't support this lifestyle," her mother had said, her voice laced with disappointment that cut deeper than any knife. As the ceremony ended, Vivian wandered out into the crisp May air of Morningside Heights, the Manhattan skyline a distant promise of freedom. She pulled out her phone, scrolling through unanswered texts. "Graduating today. Hope you can make it." Sent weeks ago, read but ignored. The pain gnawed at her, a raw wound exposed to the world. She slumped onto a bench in Riverside Park, overlooking the Hudson River, where joggers and dog walkers blurred into a tapestry of normalcy she suddenly envied. That's when Willow appeared, like a character stepping out of a rom-com script. Tall, with sun-kissed blonde hair tied in a messy ponytail and eyes the color of storm clouds, she was jogging along the path, earbuds in, oblivious to the world. But she stopped when she saw Vivian's tear-streaked face. "Hey, you okay? You look like you just lost your best friend," Willow said, pulling out her earbuds and sitting down uninvited, her running shoes scuffed from city miles. Vivian wiped her eyes, forcing a laugh that sounded hollow. "More like my whole family. Graduation day and they bailed because I'm gay." The words tumbled out, surprising even her. Why confess to a stranger? But Willow's gaze held no judgment, only empathy that wrapped around Vivian like a warm blanket. "I'm Willow Reed," she introduced herself, extending a hand. "And screw them. Families aren't always blood. Sometimes they're the people who show up when no one else does." Willow was a freelance photographer, capturing the soul of New York, from gritty street art in Brooklyn to high society galas in the Upper East Side. She had her own scars. A conservative upbringing in rural Pennsylvania that she'd fled at 18, chasing dreams and authenticity in the city that never sleeps. They talked for hours as the sun dipped lower, the conversation flowing like the river beside them. Willow shared stories of her first Pride parade. The exhilaration of freedom mingled with the sting of lost connections. Vivian opened up about her double major in journalism and women's studies, her passion for stories of marginalized voices. By dusk they exchanged numbers, a spark igniting in the space between their words. Over the next weeks, their chance encounter blossomed into something tentative and beautiful. Coffee dates in cozy Greenwich Village cafes turned into long walks through Central Park, where cherry blossoms rained like confetti. Willow's lens captured Vivian's laughter, her vulnerability, turning ordinary moments into art. "You're more than their rejection," Willow whispered one evening as they sat on a blanket under the stars, fingers intertwined. Vivian felt seen, truly seen for the first time. But shadows lingered. Vivian's family silence stretched on, broken only by a curt email from her father. "We need time." It fueled her determination to build a life unbound by their expectations. She landed a job at a progressive online magazine, writing pieces on LGBTQ+ rights, channeling her pain into purpose. Willow encouraged her, their bond deepening with shared dreams, traveling to San Francisco's Castro district, advocating for equality. Yet, as summer heated the city streets, cracks began to form. Willow's phone buzzed incessantly with mysterious calls she dismissed as work stuff. Vivian brushed it off, too enamored to question. Little did she know, Willow carried a secret tied to Vivian's past, one that would unravel everything. In quiet moments, Vivian reflected on her roots. Growing up in a picture-perfect suburb, she'd always felt like an outsider. Coming out had been her liberation, but the cost was steep. Now with Willow, she dared to hope for healing. Their first kiss happened on a rainy night in Times Square, neon lights reflecting in puddles, the world fading away. It was tender, electric, a promise of more. As they navigated the complexities of new love, Vivian's articles gained traction, one going viral about family estrangement in the queer community. Comments flooded in, supportive, heartbreaking. Felt like catharsis, but one anonymous message chilled her. Some secrets are better left buried. Watch your back. She showed it to Willow, who paled but recovered quickly. Probably a troll, she said, hugging Vivian tight. The embrace felt genuine, but doubt seated in Vivian's mind. What was Willow hiding? The city pulsed around them, a backdrop to their unfolding drama. From rooftop parties in Williamsburg to quiet brunches in Harlem, their relationship wove into the fabric of American urban life, diverse, resilient, fraught with emotion. Summer in New York wrapped Vivian and Willow in a cocoon of passion and discovery. They explored the city's hidden gems. Picnics in Prospect Park, where Willow taught Vivian to capture the perfect sunset shot. Late-night jazz in smoky village clubs, bodies swaying close in the dim light. Vivian's heart, once fractured, began to mend under Willow's gentle care. "You're my anchor in this chaotic sea," Vivian confessed one afternoon as they strolled through the High Line, elevated gardens blooming above the meatpacking district. Willow smiled, but her eyes held a flicker of something unspoken. "And you're my light," she replied, squeezing Vivian's hand. Their conversations delved deeper. Willow spoke of her estranged parents, who disowned her after she brought home her first girlfriend in college. "I rebuilt from nothing," she said, voice steady but laced with old pain. Vivian shared her own wounds, the graduation snub a scar that still ached. Together they vowed to create a chosen family, unbreakable. Vivian's career soared. Her viral article led to a feature in the New York Times, profiling queer youth navigating familial rejection. Interviews poured in, and she found solace in amplifying voices like hers. Willow tagged along to some, her camera clicking away, documenting the raw humanity. "This is important work," Willow said, pride shining in her eyes. But tension simmered beneath the surface. Willow's work stuff escalated. Late nights editing photos, evasive answers about clients. One evening, Vivian found a crumpled note in Willow's jacket. "Meet at the usual spot. Don't tell V." Her stomach twisted. Confrontation brewed over dinner at their favorite Italian spot in Little Italy. "Who's this from?" Vivian asked, holding up the note, her voice steady despite the tremor in her chest. Willow's fork paused midair. "It's nothing. An old friend helping with a project." But her avoidance fueled Vivian's suspicions. That night, they argued for the first time, sharp words about trust, vulnerability. "I gave up my family for authenticity," Vivian yelled. "Don't make me regret opening up to you." Willow stormed out, leaving Vivian alone in their shared Brooklyn apartment, walls echoing with regret. Hours later, Willow returned, tears streaming. "I'm sorry. It's complicated, but I promise it's not what you think." They reconciled in a tangle of apologies and kisses, the makeup passionate yet fragile. As fall painted the leaves golden, their relationship hit a turning point. Vivian planned a surprise weekend getaway to the Hamptons, borrowing a friend's beach house. Salty air, crashing waves, it was idyllic. They walked hand in hand on the shore, discussing futures. Marriage equality dreams, adopting kids someday. "I want this forever," Vivian whispered as they watched the sunset. But back in the city, the anonymous messages intensified. "Your girlfriend isn't who she says. They deeper." Vivian ignored them at first, but curiosity won. She snooped on Willow's laptop one day while Willow was out, guilt gnawing but desperation overriding. Emails from an unfamiliar address. Payment received. Keep tabs on the Harpers. Harpers. Vivian's last name. Her blood ran cold. Was Willow spying on her family? The betrayal hit like a freight train. She confronted Willow that night, evidence in hand. "It's not like that," Willow cried, collapsing onto the couch. "Your family hired me. Before we met. They wanted photos, updates on your life after you came out. I was supposed to be discreet, but then I met you and everything changed." Vivian's world spun. "You lied to me? For money?" The pain was visceral, a dagger to the heart. Willow explained. Desperate for cash after a freelance drought, she'd taken the gig from a private investigator linked to Vivian's parents. But falling for Vivian had complicated it all. I stopped reporting months ago. I love you, Viv. Love? Felt tainted now. Vivian kicked Willow out, the door slamming like a final punctuation on their story. Alone, she sobbed, the city's sirens wailing in sympathy. Days blurred into weeks of isolation. Vivian threw herself into work, but the hurt festered. Friends rallied. Queer support groups in Chelsea, therapy sessions unpacking layers of abandonment. Yet Willow's absence was a void. Then a breakthrough. Vivian's editor assigned her a story on corporate espionage and family dynamics. Researching, she uncovered ties. Her father's law firm involved in shady dealings, perhaps using the PI for more than just watching her. Doubt crept in. Was Willow a pawn? She reached out tentatively. A coffee meetup in neutral territory. Washington Square Park. Willow arrived, eyes red-rimmed. I never meant to hurt you, she said. They talked, walls crumbling. Forgiveness wasn't immediate, but seeds were planted. As winter approached, their reconciliation was tentative. Dates supervised by caution. Trust rebuilding brick by brick. Vivian confronted her family via letter, demanding answers. No response, but the act empowered her. The drama deepened when Willow revealed more. The PI had blackmailed her with her own past. I was trapped, she admitted. Together they plotted to expose it, turning betrayal into alliance. Snow-blanketed New York, transforming the city into a glittering wonderland. But Vivian's heart felt iced over. Reconciliation with Willow progressed slowly. Therapy sessions together, honest dialogues peeling back layers of deceit. We can fix this, Willow insisted during a cozy evening in their apartment, hot cocoa steaming between them. Vivian wanted to believe her. The pull of their connection undeniable. Yet external forces conspired. Vivian's investigation into her family's secrets unearthed disturbing truths. Her father, a prominent attorney in Newark, was embroiled in a scandal. Embezzlement from client funds, covered up with surveillance on potential whistleblowers, including family members who might expose him. Vivian, seen as a liability after her coming out, her independence a threat to the facade. I think they hired the PI to monitor me in case I went public with anything, Vivian confided to Willow over brunch at a Harlem soul food spot. Willow nodded, guilt etching her features. That's why I got involved. But I swear, once I knew you, I couldn't continue. The revelation fueled Vivian's resolve. She pitched a bombshell article to her editor. Family ties when blood betrays. Research consumed her. Public records, anonymous tips. Willow assisted, her photography skills capturing evidence discreetly. Tension mounted as threats escalated. A brick through their window one night, scrawled with "Stay silent." Vivian's pulse raced. Willow held her tight. We're in this together, she vowed. Their bond strengthened amid adversity, romance rekindling in stolen moments, whispered I love yous in subway cars, tender touches under holiday lights in Rockefeller Center. But betrayal struck again, from an unexpected quarter. Vivian's younger sister, Elena, whom she'd thought an ally, called out of the blue. Viv, you need to stop digging. The conversation turned heated. Elena confessed to tipping off their parents about Vivian's article. Their family. We protect our own. The sting was profound, sibling loyalty shattered. Vivian hung up, crumbling into Willow's arms. How much more can I take? Drama enveloped them, emotions raw. Willow's support was unwavering, her own past echoing the pain. We'll expose them. For us, for everyone they've hurt. High trio built as Vivian finalized her piece. A clandestine meeting with a whistleblower in a dimly lit bar in Hell's Kitchen revealed damning documents. Forged signatures, laundered money. Her father's firm had defrauded queer nonprofits. Irony biting hard. Willow photographed the evidence, but danger lurked. Pursued by shadowy figures one evening in the financial district, they fled through alleyways, hearts pounding. Run! Willow shouted, grabbing Vivian's hand. They escaped narrowly, adrenaline fusing their resolve. In the aftermath, intimacy deepened, not physical excess but emotional vulnerability. They shared dreams of a life beyond scandal. A quiet home in upstate New York, advocacy work. You're my home, Vivian said, tears mingling with smiles. Yet, the city's pulse amplified the stakes. Protests for LGBTQ+ rights in Union Square inspired Vivian. She spoke at one, voice trembling but strong. Willow captured the moment, her lens a testament to love's power. As publication loomed, Vivian's parents reached out, a desperate plea to meet. At a neutral cafe in Midtown, the confrontation was electric. "You don't understand," her mother sobbed. "We were protecting you from this mess." Her father, stoic, admitted partial truths but denied the worst. Vivian stood firm. "Protection? You abandoned me." The exchange was cathartic, seeds of understanding planted amid accusations. Willow waited outside, her presence an anchor. Post-meeting they walked through Times Square, neon chaos mirroring inner turmoil. "I'm proud of you," Willow said, pulling Vivian close. But the twist simmered unseen. Willow received a call from the PI. "One last job, or I expose your juvenile record." Willow's hidden past. A teenage shoplifting charge, expunged but leverageable. She agonized, confiding in Vivian. "I can't let it ruin us." Together they turned the tables, recording the blackmail, adding to the article. Solidarity forged in fire. By midwinter the piece was ready, a powder keg. Vivian hit submit, heart racing. The fallout would be immense, but their love, tested by betrayal, emerged resilient. Emotions crested. Fear, anger, hope. The human element shone, forgiveness not easy but possible. As snow fell softly, Vivian and Willow dreamed of redemption. The article dropped like a bombshell on a crisp January morning, headlines screaming across digital feeds. Prominent NJ lawyer embroiled in fraud targeting queer charities. Vivian's byline blazed, her words dissecting the web of deceit with surgical precision. Social media erupted, tweets, shares, outrage. The city that never sleeps was wide awake, buzzing with the scandal. Vivian's phone rang incessantly. Reporters, supporters, threats. She and Willow hunkered down in their apartment, blinds drawn against paparazzi lurking outside. "We did it," Vivian said, exhilarated yet terrified. Willow nodded, her hand steady on Vivian's shoulder. Their love, forged in adversity, felt unbreakable now. But the backlash was swift. Vivian's father lawyered up, countersuing for defamation. Family members distanced themselves. Elena sent a venomous text. "You've destroyed us." The emotional toll weighed heavy, nights of doubt, tears shed in Willow's embrace. Was it worth it? Vivian whispered one sleepless night, city lights filtering through cracks. "Yes," Willow affirmed. "Truth sets us free." Her own redemption arc paralleled. The blackmail exposed in a sidebar, clearing her name. Public sympathy swelled for the couple, queer icons in the making. High Trio peaked at a press conference in City Hall. Vivian stood before flashing cameras, Willow by her side. "This isn't just about my family," she declared. "It's about accountability, about protecting the vulnerable." Applause thundered, but protesters, hired by her father's allies, jeered outside. Amid chaos, a personal reckoning. Vivian's mother showed up unannounced at their door, face etched with regret. "I was wrong," she admitted, voice breaking. "We let fear blind us, to your truth, to our own wrongs." The conversation was raw. Apologies, explanations, tentative bridges. Not full reconciliation, but a start. Willow watched quietly, her support silent strength. Later, she confessed her lingering guilt. "I started as their spy, but ended as your partner." Vivian forgave, their kiss a seal of renewal. The twist unfolded dramatically. Investigations deepened, revealing Willow's connection ran deeper. Her estranged Pennsylvania family had business ties to Vivian's father, a tangled web of old deals gone sour. Willow had been unknowingly recruited as leverage. "They used me to get to you," she realized, horrified. This revelation shocked the city. Headlines blared, intertwined fates. Lesbian couple at center of corporate conspiracy. Public outcry demanded justice. Arrests followed, including Vivian's father. The drama humanized. Not villains but flawed people ensnared by greed and prejudice. Vivian and Willow became advocates, speaking at TEDx events, pride parades. Their story inspired legislation for better protections against familial surveillance in queer communities. Romance flourished amid purpose. Quiet dinners in Soho, weekend escapes to the Catskills. Yet, conflicts lingered. Willow's past resurfaced in tabloids, testing their bond. "We weather storms together," Vivian said, echoing their mantra. As spring thawed the city, healing bloomed. Vivian's family splintered but mended in parts. Her mother attended a joint therapy session. Awkward but hopeful. Elena reached out, apologies bridging gaps. The emotional core pulsed. Love's triumph over betrayal, humanity and forgiveness. Vivian reflected in her journal. Pain shaped us but love redefined us. With the scandal's dust settling, New York embraced Vivian and Willow as symbols of resilience. Court proceedings dragged on but justice prevailed. Vivian's father pleaded guilty to lesser charges, serving community service in queer outreach programs, a poetic twist. The city marveled at the irony, op-eds praising the human element. Vivian and Willow's relationship, tempered by fire, deepened into something profound. They moved to a sunlit loft in Chelsea, walls adorned with Willow's photos of their journey. From strangers to soulmates, Willow captioned one, Vivian beaming in cap and gown. A recreated graduation photo, this time with chosen family. Emotional scars faded, replaced by shared purpose. They founded a nonprofit, Chosen Bonds, supporting estranged queer youth. Fundraisers in Brooklyn warehouses, workshops in community centers. Their work touched lives, echoing their own story. Romance wove through. Anniversary trips to Key West, where they renewed vows in a private ceremony, waves crashing as witnesses. I choose you every day, Vivian said, ring slipping on Willow's finger. The final twist, heart-wrenching yet redemptive, came via a leaked document. Vivian's parents had initially skipped graduation not just from prejudice, but fear. Her father's fraud exposed if she dug into family finances post-coming out. Their rejection was a misguided shield. In a tearful reunion at a neutral park in Central Park, confessions flowed. We failed you, her mother said. Forgiveness wasn't blanket, but understanding dawned. Vivian embraced her mother tentatively. We're all human, flawed. The city watched, inspired by the narrative's humanity. No villains, just people learning. Willow's role shone. Her initial betrayal a catalyst for truth. You saved us all, Vivian whispered. As years blurred, their love endured. Advocacy turning to legacy. They adopted a child, a little girl named Hope, family redefined. Drama's echoes faded, leaving romance, emotion, humanism. In the end, the twist stunned not just the city, but transformed lives. Betrayal birthed redemption, rejection fueled connection. Vivian and Willow walked hand in hand through the city they called home, hearts full, future bright.